Hi, we're at Saunders Farm, which is celebrating collaborative concepts. And standing with me is Marcy B. Freedman, an extraordinary human being as well as an extraordinary artist. Marcy, the first time I met you, you were standing on a street corner in Peekskill with a box. And within that box were a bunch of cards and currency. And you gave people the opportunity to perhaps take some currency. I forget what the exact motivation was.
I can tell you exactly. It was called Get Paid, and I decided that I would pay people to visit my studio because I know there are a lot of people who are intimidated by contemporary art in particular, and so I thought, well, most people like to get money. So anyone who came to my studio and actually went up the stairs, visited the studio, and came back down got to reach in the box and get some money.
And I came along and I gave you some money.
Yes. There were many people who tried to be creative about it, and you were one of the few people who actually gave me money back, but people had their own take on what I was doing, including a policeman who was a little concerned about a woman giving away money.
Oh, I see. Okay. You started out in academia.
I did.
You graduated from the University of California at Berkeley.
Yes.
Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. And then you went on to Princeton and received a master's degree in, I think it was modern art history.
Exactly.
And that wasn't enough, so you went on to the University of Michigan and got a second master's, I think, in Renaissance?
Exactly. The Renaissance period and the modern period are my favorite. And now I would add contemporary into that as well.
Okay. As if that wasn't enough, then you decided to pursue a doctorate. But along the way, you did all that research, all that study, and you didn't complete the dissertation.
Exactly. They call it ABD, all but dissertation.
Okay. And recently you told me that all of those papers that are now in a box somewhere might actually be the source of a new piece of work.
Well, I'm always trying to integrate art and art history. So in many of my performances, I assume various roles, and sometimes I assume the role of an art historian. So every time I embark on an art history research project, there's the possibility that what I learn in doing that will be incorporated in a performance.
And here we are with some more history, standing at Saunders Farms, where you have decided to embrace nature, something that's not very easy for you.
Exactly. I'm a real city kid. I grew up inner city, south side of Chicago, and I live now in this beautiful area. I'm still in awe of the beauty that surrounds us on a daily basis, but the truth is I hardly ever go out into it. I'm much more comfortable inside looking out. And so for me, art making should be a challenge to myself and to the viewers. So the challenge I posed for myself in proposing this project was to spend at least an hour once a week outside, actually making contact with nature. So that's what I do every Saturday for September and October, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
To watch you hugging this tree behind us is a very sweet experience because it helps me to identify more with nature and it integrates the human and the natural world. So I want to thank you for offering this.
Well, you're the perfect viewer then, because that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's some sort of empathy. And as I try to make contact with nature in a very intimate way, I'm hoping the people watching me take time, slow down, get in the mood to commune with nature.
And just before we finish, I wanted to let people know that when Marcy isn't hugging the tree, she's reading some of the beautiful poems that have evolved over the centuries, from Shakespeare to E.E. Cummings.
Exactly, exactly.
And thank you for taking a break and sharing some of your thoughts and ideas with us today.
Thank you very much, Del. And I'm going to go back and hug. Thank you.
This is Del Fidonke at Saunders Farm's Collaborative Concepts, signing off.